Now this is the sixth video, or you can say the last video of the chapter 5th, light energy. Now in the last video we have seen the different positions of the object for a concave mirror with the position of the image and the nature of the image. Now we are going to see the images. That was all. This chart is for the concave mirror. Now we are going to take the images formed by a convex mirror. Now this is the convex mirror. So in this you see the object is, first let me read this. Let an object AB be placed in front of a convex mirror. An incident ray that is parallel to the principal axis, as you can see it in this object is placed. This is the reflecting part of the convex mirror, the bulging part, and the inner part is polished. Now object is placed in front of the convex mirror. AB is object. Now you can see two incident rays. One incident ray which is parallel to the principal axis will appear to pass through focus. Now this is the incident ray. It will be reflected in this direction. But when you produce it backwards, it will pass through the focus. And you are going to show it with the dotted lines because the rays actually do not meet. And one ray which is coming from this object is incident on the convex mirror, is passing through the center of curvature. And the ray which passes through the center of curvature is reflected back in the same direction. So the ray which is striking the mirror in this, on the convex mirror, will reflect back in the same direction. Both the reflected rays, they are produced backward. One will pass through the focus, and the one which is through the center of curvature will appear to pass through the center of curvature. And see the intersection point of both the reflected rays which are produced backward. Now what do you see? Now this is the intersection point is A dash. Vertical line is drawn. So A dash B dash is the image of the object AB. So what do you see? You see the object is in the upward direction, image is also in the upward direction. So it means image is erect. And erect images are always virtual. Or in other words, the images which are formed behind the mirror, they are always virtual. As in this case, you see the image is formed behind the mirror. And what do you see? Position is, it is formed between P and F. And what are the characteristics of the image? It is virtual, erect, and you see the size. Size of the image is smaller than that of the object. So the image will also be diminished. So if you are going to put this object AB in front of the convex mirror or anywhere at infinity, wherever you are going to keep it, it is going to have the same characteristics always. That is, image will always be virtual, erect, diminished. And where will be its position? It will always be formed between pole and focus. So the characteristics of the image formed by the convex mirrors never changes. It remains the same throughout. Wherever you may keep the object, always virtual, erect, diminished, and formed between focus and pole. So for this, I have made a table for you. If you are going to put the object, this is the position of object, this is the position of image column, and this is the size, this is the nature. Now if you are going to put your object anywhere between pole and infinity, position of image, between P and F and behind the mirror. Size diminished, nature virtual and erect. And if you put it at infinity, again behind the mirror, that is it will be now formed at F or somewhere in between P and F only. Size will be diminished, nature will always be virtual erect. So irrespective of the position of the object, in case of a convex mirror, image is always virtual. You have to remember only one characteristic for the convex mirror. Characteristics is always the same. Whether you put the object at infinity or near the mirror or far away from the mirror, characteristics will always be virtual, erect, diminished, and position will always be between P and F. So this was what is to be done for a convex mirror. And that is why only one ray diagram is given to you. Now we are going to study about the real and the virtual images. Real images are those images which can be obtained on the screen. So the image formed due to the actual meeting of the reflected rays at a point is called real image. As you see in the case of the concave mirror, the reflected rays actually meet. That is why in the first 5 cases of a concave mirror, we get a real image. And real images are always inverted. And what is a virtual image? The image formed when reflected rays only appear, they do not actually meet. They appear to meet at a point. As just now I have shown you in the case of a convex mirror, the reflected rays appear to meet but don't actually meet is called a virtual image. And virtual images are always erect and they are found behind the mirror. So you may be asked the difference between the real and the virtual images. So what is the first difference? This first column is for the real image, second column is for the virtual image. What is the first point of difference? Real image is formed by actual meeting of the reflected rays. Virtual image is formed when the reflected rays appear to come from a point but do not actually meet. What is the second point of difference? Real image can be obtained on a screen. Virtual image cannot be obtained on a screen. Real image is always inverted. Virtual image is always erect. This is the third point of difference. And the fourth point of difference is real image is formed on the same side of the mirror as the object. So in the first 5 cases of a concave mirror, you have seen that the image is formed in front of the mirror. But in the last case only, where the image, the characteristic is given as virtual and erect, in that case you have seen that the image is formed behind the mirror. And virtual image is always formed behind the mirror. So these are the 4 points of differences which you have to learn for the difference between the real image and the virtual images. Now this finishes your chapter. I will be sending you the assignment, means the exercises of whatever exercises I am sending of your book, that you have to do it in your class notebook. So this is the 3rd chapter finished, which is chapter number 5.